Morning. Phone call. Hello. Starting this morning off taking this dump truck over to the wheat farm. We got just a little bit of fertilizer we're over there to clean up. And then our plan is after we harvest our wheat, we're going to spread that leftover fertilizer. There's not even a tender load, not much at all really. We're going to spread that on some double crop ground. Just want to get the barn cleaned out. Everyone keeps asking about the gleaner. Well, the gleaner is going to be here sometime in the next few weeks. We're really hoping we have my wheat harvest. That was the original plan. But Dad's combine has to get a preventative maintenance work done on it. Ohio Ag always runs a program where if you do a PM through them, whatever parts they find that you need, you get a discount on. So we got to clean that barn out because they're going to do the combine work in that barn. Get in the shade. Get in the shade. Because if you ever worked on a combine in the sun, you understand why you want it in the shade. Especially if you're in the grain tank. Hey BJ, I want to let you plant corn with that. Oh, right. Make sure we're getting the depth here. I don't think he's closing real well. Now I'm sure some of you have seen this doozy sitting here in the videos and probably wondering why didn't we use this little 2-row planter? Would have been perfect. Well, it would have been. This isn't ours. Cousin Ben uses this for his deer plots, but I would say it probably needs some work. Had to have been full of water a few times. I gave him 20 bucks for it. That's about ideal. Now yesterday while I was replanting, BJ was over here washing equipment. He was washing the tractor and a kitten fell out of it. So apparently one of Squishy's little friends is a female and Squishy's a daddy. And she hatched out 3 of them up under the cab of the 9410R. I think he got them all out of there. I hope so. It's going to smell real bad. Real bad. So I do like Squishy, but I'd like to keep it to 1 cat just so stuff like this doesn't happen. So as you can see, kind of a mess in here still. Fertilizer draws humidity, it's damp, hard to clean up once it gets wet, so we're sweeping it out the best we can, and then we're going to bring the water wagon in here and hose it out, probably with a pressure washer. Like I said, we are going to use this for storage when we're not filling it with fertilizer. And until we get a shop and the weather's nice, we'll probably work on stuff in here because it's breezy, the shade, it's way better than doing it outside. Like we have a cutter bar that needs rebuilt on Dad's draper head. That'll probably get done in here. So I'm gonna take this thing home and we'll see where we end up from there. Really like to mow my yard. It's about to mow for the next 3 days. Rain for the next 3 days. About to rain for the next 3 days. Which will be great for those beans we just replanted yesterday. At least we're gonna wash the bucket out, it looks like. Fertilizer is extremely corrosive, so the cleaner we can keep it, the better. And the longer it'll last. Now unfortunately we don't have any plumbing back here yet. We don't have any county water or any well water. When we build the house back here, my wife and I, we will run water to the grain beds, but that's why we have a water tank there to clean stuff with. Okay, time to saddle up the old, yeah, time to mow the yard. I was trying to think of something cool to say, but we're mowing the yard. There's really nothing cool about it. Morning. So, one of the main questions I get asked, at least in the recent videos, is when's the gleaner getting here? Well, soon. This is the MacDon that I've been using for the last few years. This was the original MacDon we ever had. First one Dad ever bought. I bought it off him whenever I got my combine, but it is leaving. It was one of the heads we traded. So this header cart's gonna come back with a gleaner, or an AGCO gleaner, whatever you wanna call it, draper head.
So it won't be too much longer. We will have it for wheat, or at least we better have it for wheat because we don't have a head for the cloths now.
So in today's adventures, Dad sprayed a little bit of corn and beans. BJ is working on an air conditioner for one of the trucks. We've got to go into the FSA office, certify our acres. I'm going to drive around and look at some bean fields, make sure that our slug damage is not continuing. And yeah, we'll see where we're at after that. So I had to come over here and get parts of that head. We took these shields off a few years ago and never put them back on. The new owner of that head is probably going to want those. We'll even send him the bird poop in the dust. This is what I'm looking for. These slugs are still working on these beans. This was all planted. There's just nothing here anymore. These are planted early too. Let's see if we can find a slug. Let's see if we can still find one of them working on some beans. Bushel Billy was here, he'd walk out here and find one in 10 seconds. Found one. Well, it looks like I'm probably going to get the planter out and patch in some more beans because there's about 8 acres in the middle of this field that has nothing in it. It's June 9th. Perfect. Perfect. This is one of the first planted fields of beans we had. So that ought to make harvesting them real fun. Sure, these will be nice and spread out. Even over here, I mean, where they're not wiped out completely, there's just not many left. I mean, very thin stand. Like I said in the last replant video, I don't want to replant, but I'm going to be so angry at myself later if I don't. Like when we come in to harvest this, and this makes 30 bushel instead of 55 to 65 bushel, I'm gonna be mad. And that's what this part of the field's looking like right now. That part of the field's looking like no bushels, like next to zero, just a big weed problem. Woo, it's getting hot. Let's go ahead and fire up the AC. This really does have AC. I don't think it's going to do a whole lot of good at the moment.
Hey everybody, back spraying corn here this morning. I got to go up the road here a couple miles, do the bottoms. I did the up ground the other day and putting on 12 gallon of carrier water, so I owe cover 100 acres, so there's 130 acres up there, so I couldn't get it all. Get back up, finish that up, and I have a little bit left, should have enough for 30 acres. Back someplace, put it off, and see what the weather looks like. We got to go to town today to certify our crops, planting acreage after dinner, so we'll do that. Hard to see up the road there, these booms sticking like they are. So we're off up the road. Okay, we're going up over the railroad here. This is kind of narrow up through here. They keep raising the railroad. It just makes it harder to get up through here. Close with the hopper bottoms dragging here. So far, we're making it. And see nothing coming. There's a signal here. When it's all red, that means there's no train coming from the north. It could be coming from the south. Looks okay, so we made it across. This is our most northern farm we got, just up the road 5 miles over the main farm. It's pretty close to Chillicothe, there in town there, just a few miles across the river from it. And they've had about over 1 inch of rain here this past week, so things look pretty good down here, except where slugs kind of thin the beans out, but I guess it don't look that bad down the roads there. It just bits of dry, but now they're coming pretty good. That's good. Get some rain someplace anyway, somewhere around.
So before we go replant anymore, I'm just coming over here checking some fields. See if I need to replant more than just that one spot. This field looks pretty good. I think Dad's actually getting ready to spray it, so he'll probably give me the full report. Neighbors out baling some hay. They are not getting hot in that tractor. You don't even know if they're in there. Ooh, we even got the old deer tenant.
Okay, I don't know if you can tell, if you can see the little sapling trees are growing through here. They're just thick maples. Them sugar maple, well, they're not sugar maple, they're water maples like. Grow real quick. This spray will take care of that. We're along the woods here, along the river. So this spray will take care of that.
Now let's get our step count up. Walk out here to the middle of this field. It looks a little thin, but maybe it doesn't. I don't know. We're just gonna walk here and check it out. This is when my auto steer kicked out. Had that happen several times. I don't know if you can tell through there. The rows are very crooked. Very crooked because I wouldn't know it had kicked out until it started swerving, you know, 5 feet to the left or right. So this field looks good. I don't think we're gonna have to replant it. There's one strip where I had some planter issues, and there's a couple spots where you can clearly tell it's a planter issue, not really a bug issue. Just where things kicked on and off a few times, but other than that, this field looks fine.
Don't crossways here to the end. A little bit rough. Rough like that, just speed up a little more. Smooth it out.
There's our 30-inch beans. So pretty. They are prettier to look at, that's for sure. Gonna be a lot more weed pressure here, I would imagine. One of the benefits of 15-inch beans or 7.5-inch beans is they close their canopy sooner, shades out the ground, which helps, you know, reduce weed pressure. I would imagine these 30-inch beans are gonna have, you know, more weeds in them, or we're gonna have to spray them more or something. We'll see. Let's walk out and look at the stands. I'm curious how the Sure Speed meter did, like singulating wise. So right here there might be some beans going every which way direction. This is where we were just testing our depth and everything when we started.
Might get our butts wet.
Well, I don't know if you can tell up there, but way up there where I was at, about 3 or 4 miles up the road there, 5, it's pouring down rain. There was a big black cloud, and I didn't think it was going to do anything, but all of a sudden it's cut loose, and it's going to clear around. It's kind of going to the east. Way over home there, the buildings up there at the bends, I don't think got any, but over my house, probably over in through there, it looks like it's pouring down. And then you're going around here, and there's nothing. Just cloudy, but looks like we got a good rain up there where I just come from, so I don't know, that spray dried. I think it dried, so I think it'll be okay, hopefully. We'll find out, I guess. But we'll take the rain. We can go back and spray if we have to. Just wish it rained down here.
So it's absolutely pouring a mile up the road, but where Dad's spraying right now, it's not raining at all. But I'm here to pick him up. Like I said, we have to go to the FSA office, certify our acres, probably grab some lunch and see what the weather's doing. The fields that I was going to replant today just probably got a ½ inch of rain dumped on them, so I doubt we're able to replant them. Have to call Ag Chem Solutions. So we just got back from certifying, ate us some lunch, and we're loading up the chemical trailer. Got more spraying to do. You want this atrazine, you say? You guys probably ain't seen the new forklift. We sold our old one, and Dad wanted a newer forklift, so here we go. We got a Crown forklift. Crown's actually made right here in Ohio, so that's kind of cool. It's got a cab for some reason. I don't know that we'll ever need a cab on a forklift, but we got one. I guess next time it's raining and I have to unload a truck, it won't matter. It's not brand new, but I think, what is this, a 15? What year's your forklift? 13 or 14. It's got some short forks, ain't it?
Do it.
So right after we load the chemical trailer, it rains some more. And spoiler alert, it rains for like the next 5 days. But hey, don't forget to thumbs up the video, and thanks for watching.